Hello everyone, I wish you all a happy new day. I am Alex. Today I want to bring you a romantic and sweet feeling. Have you ever wondered where true happiness lies? For me, sometimes it is just a sunny morning when the whole family sets out together, eagerly heading towards the blue sea. Today, I decided to take nhat and Henry to the beach. This is a dream that nhat has been waiting for a long time, and I want to make it come true for the girl I love. I imagined the moment her eyes lit up with joy, her smile radiant when she knew she could go to the sea. For me, as long as nhat is happy, I am willing to do anything. Before our eyes, the sea is gradually appearing, as vast as arms embracing the sky. What kind of emotions will this trip bring? Will it be peaceful moments or unforgettable memories? Please join my little family throughout this video. And if you love this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next stories. Early this morning, I woke up in my familiar house. Outside the window, the city was still sleepy. A few street lights were slowly giving way to the first rays of dawn. I gently pulled the curtains, letting the early morning sunlight in, and my heart suddenly felt excited. For the past week, I have been busy with work in town, while nhat and Henry were at the farm in the suburbs. We often called each other, but I knew that geographical distance also made it difficult for the whole family to have real moments together. I thought a lot, and today, I wanted to do something special. Take the whole family to the beach. The first thing I did after getting out of bed was to turn on the computer and find a place to stay for the trip. I wanted nhat and Henry to have a really comfortable vacation, so that when they opened their eyes, they would see the blue sea right in front of them. I scrolled through a series of hotel photos, from luxury rooms to simple accommodations. Each photo evokes a different vision for me: Henry running around on the sand, nhat smiling brightly in the sunset. After some consideration, I chose a room facing the sea, not too luxurious, but cozy and close enough. I wanted the place to bring the whole family a sense of familiarity, like a second home. I called to book a room, and when I heard the receptionist confirm, "Alex's room is reserved. Wish your family a wonderful holiday," I smiled slightly. I took a sip of hot coffee, letting the aroma spread throughout the small room. In my mind, I imagined the moment of driving from town to the farm, picking up nhat and Henry. That image made me feel relieved, as if all the fatigue of the past days had disappeared. For many people, a trip to the sea is simply a rest. But for me, it is also an opportunity to make up for nhat and Henry, the people who have always waited, always loved, even though I was busy in town. This morning, everything at nhat's farm was as normal as any other day. She woke up early, her hands quickly picking baskets of ripe fruit from the garden. Each orange and apple were neatly placed in a basket, ready to be taken to the market to sell. I know that, no matter how simple life is, nhat is always diligent and worried to keep her small family full. Little did she know that, at that time, I was in town, quietly preparing for a special plan. I didn't tell nhat about going to the beach, because I wanted to give her a surprise. I imagined her surprised face, her sparkling eyes when she heard me say, "Today, we won't go to the market anymore, but to the beach." Just thinking about it made my heart flutter. But before returning to the farm, I had an important job. The wood workshop had just completed a large shipment, and this morning I had to personally inspect it. After that, I will hand over all the work to my assistant so that I can be absent for a few days. I don't want to bring any worries. Once I have started the trip with my family, the wood workshop in the early morning still has the smell of new tree resin. Long wooden bars, neatly arranged in rows, shine under the morning sun. I walk along the rows, running my hands over the smooth surface, listening to the sound of sawing from afar. Each piece of wood seems to tell me a story about the mountains and forests, the place that has sent the enduring vitality of nature here. I nodded when I saw that everything was perfect. The workers stood around, their eyes looking expectant. I smiled softly. Very good. This batch is done. The joy was evident on their faces. In that moment, I suddenly realized responsibility is not only to finish the job, but also to acknowledge, so that everyone sees the value of their efforts. After that, I called my assistant and gave detailed instructions on everything: delivery schedule, inspection progress, and how to motivate my brothers. The young girl nodded firmly. Don't worry, I will take care of everything. I put my hand on her shoulder, feeling relieved. When everything was done, I walked out to the workshop yard. The morning sunlight spread across the neatly arranged wooden bars. The wind carried the familiar yet warm smell of wood resin. I took a deep breath to make my heart feel more relieved. There was only one thing left in front of me now: to return to Tuna's farm. I opened the car door. The engine roared softly. The wheels rolled down the dusty small road, leaving the familiar town. The scenery along the road gradually spread out, green grasslands stretching out, roofs looming in the distance. The wind blew through the window, carrying the smell of grasslands. My heart suddenly beat faster. I stopped the car in front of the yard. Tuna was busy arranging a fruit basket under the early morning sun. I walked over, smiling. Hey, today, do you want to try a day that is different from every other day? Tuna looked up, surprised. Why? There are so many things to do. I didn't answer right away, just took out my phone, opened the picture of the blue beach, white waves hitting the shore, showing it to her. I said softly, "This is where I want to take you." Tuna was stunned. Her eyes lit up with joy and emotion. Her trembling hand touched the screen. "Are you? Really?" I squeezed her hand gently, firmly. "Really, today, I will take you and Henry." She smiled, a radiant smile that I hadn't seen in a long time. Inside the house, Henry was still sleeping soundly, peacefully, as if he didn't know. I looked at the mother and son, and suddenly felt all the hardships before ... were worth it. As soon as she realized the trip was real, Tuna hurriedly packed. She folded clothes and prepared a few more things for Henry, unable to hide her smile as she did so. I carried the sleepy Henry into the back seat and carefully wrapped him in a blanket. The small house quickly became bustling, completely different from any other morning. Just catching a glimpse of the blue sea outside the glass window, Tuna's eyes lit up like a child seeing a big gift. She raised her hand to her mouth and softly exclaimed, "The sea, Alex. I see it." At that moment, I saw in her the innocence that work and responsibility had long hidden. Tuna opened the car door, almost running down to the sand. The sea breeze blew her hair. The golden sunlight reflected on her radiant face. She bent down to pick up a handful of sand, let it slip through her fingers, then raised her head and smiled brightly. "I've dreamed of this day for so long." Tuna's voice trembled, both happy and emotional. Henry was still sleepy in Tuna's arms, babbling a few strange words when he heard the sound of the waves. I just silently looked at Tuna, the girl I loved, living fully in her own dream. At that moment, I realized the greatest happiness in my life is not going to the sea, but seeing the person I love shining in the vast ocean and sky. Late afternoon, the sunset fell, the sea surface shimmered with gold. Henry slept soundly in Tuna's arms, his rosy cheeks gently pressed against his mother's chest, strangely peaceful. Tuna walked beside him, the sea breeze gently blowing through her hair. Her eyes seemed to be immersed in the vast waves. I gently placed my hand on hers. Tuna looked up, her gentle smile suddenly making my heart stop for a beat. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice so small that only I could hear. At that moment, I understood that I didn't need big promises, just a pair of hands to hold tightly, a shoulder to lean on, and together we went through the days. That vast ocean, no matter how vast, could not compare to the small happiness we had. I told myself, tomorrow, there will be new journeys, but today, this moment, is eternal. And I wonder, is this just a trip, or the beginning of thousands of memories that will follow us for the rest of our lives? Perhaps the answer lies in the horizons ahead.